Oh, hello guys, welcome back. I'm Raseclight. This is Horizon to be West. So, just like my t-shirt says,
Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump onto it?
I need to let this shit go. So, what I'm gonna do is I made an executive decision. I'm gonna pull the plug. Pulling the plug in this case means that I'm gonna focus on the main quest. I don't know how far I am of the game. I'm just gonna finish it. Main quest ish focus because I kind of want Kotaro to get his arm. So that's what's gonna happen. There's a new quest here, and I'm gonna ignore it. It's active. So because I'm already here, kind of close-ish. So let's move there. Let's go there. Let's go there and get this shit done. And because I don't have a horse or anything like it, I'm gonna get some. Why are you here? You're just a watcher, so. Here you go. Bye. And of course. Yeah, this is faster. This is faster. That's nice water. And there is the last drone. Let's get that one.
It must be the entrance to landfall up ahead.
Is that her?
The living...
God damn it.
This is landfall, right? I'm looking for Alva.
Overseer Bohai ordered us to invite you before him should you approach. Please, come with me.
God damn it. I
Go.
got pulled.
Let him know we're coming.
It's her!
The diviner was right.
Here, there, everyone is just wearing white, and
Overseer Bohai.
and I am with
Stranger
a
just walked through
black
the gate.
armor. Hello, Shaylee.
I knew Alva would not dare lie. You do look like Sobek.
I have another one backing home.
Is Alva here? I need to talk to her.
I will consider your request once it is determined what you are. A living ancestor as
I
Alva
am gonna
believes,
beat the crap out of you
threat
if you don't let me pass
lurking
and
in such a
continue with the
guise.
fucking story.
I am no threat.
And why does
Okay?
your pendant look like
Back on the
Wi-Fi
mainland,
signal?
Your soldiers fired on me without warning.
So you say.
Look, it looks like Wi-Fi.
None of those you engaged survived to bear witness.
I held
I
off
bear
on
the
your
symbol
squad
of
when...
Wi-Fi.
May I present our honored CO?
So, here she is, our great mystery. Well, Bohai, what have you divined? What is she?
A mystery indeed, my CO. How can she appear as Sobek, and yet know nothing of our ways? Are we to believe that a living
Clone, or is
ancestor was
he
born
the
to this
actual
wretched land?
one?
An ocean apart from the realm of the chosen? And if so, to what end? I cannot answer. Only she can. But I warn you, no falsehood will satisfy us. Now speak. Why are you here?
How can you prove that I am the
What
real
is your
one?
purpose?
I'm looking for a place called Thebes.
And what do you seek there?
Alva told me a little bit about what you're after. I guess you could say I want what you want. A way to heal the world.
As I suspected. Tell her.
We found Thebes, the final resting place of Ted Pharaoh's secrets. It isn't far, but the way is closed to us. Machine
because you
attacks
bitches
have cut us off from the
let me
site.
in.
Diviner Alva is there, along with a complement of diggers and soldiers.
Is she all right?
Our scouts tell us that the machine has our people pinned behind their defenses, but they're holding out.
Machines, huh? I can help with that.
Alva told us that you are indeed formidable.
Please tell me your
But I
name
have
is
a few
Wi-Fi.
questions first.
We will answer what we can.
And you do look like a lot like the main programmers, developers, or the CEO of the company.
What kind of machine has your people pinned down near
I don't care
Thebes?
about the rest.
A thunderjaw. We've
Easy
dealt with
peasy,
them
I can
before,
control
but
them.
this one is
Tougher, stronger, and it has black armor?
yes. How did you know?
I already faced a couple of those.
Doesn't matter. Won't be easy, but I can take it down.
Then destiny shines upon us, as I knew it would. A living ancestor
love that
now
I
walks among us.
Have the controller for the
And she
Thunderjaws,
will help
but
me
no,
attain the
now the game
secrets
decided
of
that all the
Thebes.
Thunderjaws are not controllable.
Resupply here if you must. Then on to Thebes at the base of the pyramid in the ruins. We will follow when our scouts confirm you've cleared the way.
There's more quests, but I really don't care. Get this. Where can I get it? Where this is? Where is it? This here. Mustache. Fuck. Oh, thank you. That is way better. That just made things a lot easier.
Okay.
I am actually
The
surprised
pyramid to fight the Thunderjaw.
how good I am with the info stuff. Alright. I'm gonna take the bridge either way, so good. Okay, that is potion, dude.
A rush of air.
And the other one would be behind this hut, which should be, yes. Food. Right. Just leave. You know what? Let's just
No, it's true.
get it.
I didn't believe, but now I see.
God, I
You
cannot.
truly are an ancestor reborn. A good omen if I ever saw one. I'm a scout for the expedition. Whatever I learn of this,
I think the more surprising thing is that I'm already capped on levels,
as is my duty to the ancestors.
which I think is
Tell
dumb
you,
to have it capped.
my fellow
On
scouts
level
found
50.
ancient ruins west of here. They claim to have seen a relic of the
Ooh, that's a
ancestors
nice fish.
inside, but couldn't find a
want
way
some
to
fish.
retrieve it. Perhaps a living ancestor could discover a way
Lady,
where
can you
others
shut up
could
and go to the
not.
point?
Maybe. If I find myself in the area.
Okay. Not activating that right now. But I do want drone. Yeah, make way, bitches. So where am I?
One of the Cyclops drones. They could reconnect it with the dome back in the base if I grab its data.
Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go here. Yeah, and through here. Because I do want at least. Oh. Nice. Thank you, Eloy. You don't know how fun was that. I can't believe for how much I liked the first game. I mean, it's not that this game is bad. I don't know. I feel it's soulless. Slow. Well, the slowness is not that. It's not that much that is slow. More than is. There's a lot of side quests and a lot of stuff to do. The first one had that too, Yes, but it was more fun.
Have to jump onto that drone to get it down.
Yes. Oh. That's too far. It's good. I just need the drone to get here.
Got it. Taking you with me. You're mine. Going down. You're mine.
Where's the drone? It's seriously glitched. Seriously. It's seriously glitched. Oh my god. I don't even know. Crap.
A barbarian!
Run, stranger!
The
There's a
machine
killer
will
machine
kill you!
about!
There you are. I guess we're doing this.
Alright. Ow. Oh. Fuck you. Hey. Well, at least I can defend myself.
Hail, Machine Hunter! Speak with us!
Let me in. I'm not gonna think. What's this?
Aloy! Over here!
Oh,
Alva, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, you got rid of that machine. But what are you doing here?
There's something inside Thebes that I need. I went to landfall. I met your CO. We came to an agreement, kind of.
And you're going to help us get in?
I guess so. The whole thing was a little tense. There was something off about that guy. And I
yes.
don't understand what he wants from Thebes. I thought we found the data that your people needed back on the mainland.
That data will take us years to sift through. The CO wants faster results. Aloy, you have to be careful. He's...
There they are. The legacy tells us that Elizabeth Sobek helped the ancestors cast aside all obstacles. And so it has been today.
You have been true to your word. I'm pleased. Thebes awaits us below.
I think I remember this guy from the first game. This CEO. Wasn't it he
Quite an
the one who
explanation.
betrayed Elizabeth?
Much of this was flooded. We had to pump a great deal of water out.
Even naming him himself. He must have done a clone of himself, just like Elizabeth.
Behold, the door to thieves.
A door like no other.
Well, you're right about that. It's designed to open for only one man. Ted Farrow.
But the legacy tells us that he worked closely with Sobek. He trusted her. Surely she could open the door, and so surely can you.
Not gonna happen. At least not from this side.
You said she was a living ancestor with Sobek's eternal essence.
If I may, Pharaoh, great as he was, did not build his palace alone. We know this from scraps of data we found, the ones that pointed to this location. And we found evidence of passages below. Maybe they were built to aid construction. Or for servants. We can't reach them. The way is flooded and they're too far underwater, but...
Yeah. I can reach them. There might be another way in down there.
You see? With Sobek, there is always a way.
Then do what you must to get us inside.
Oh, I just want to put a drill spear in your ass. Can I? Going away.
This water's... Ooh. It's almost like a hot spring. Look at that thing. It's huge. It goes all the way down to the bottom.
Do I need to go to the bottom?
There's a rupture up there. Maybe a way in.
Where?
Yeah, this could get me inside. Deeper into the structure. Stop that turret.
again,
It looks like an
hiding in the gym,
exercise room?
writing to stay sane in this crazy place. I can't believe Grigori's dead. Our so-called spiritual leader.
So Ted had other people in here with him, including a teenage girl. The living area. It's pretty big, too.
There's nothing normal about a scientist, his daughter, a guru, and well, let's face it, a harem living through the end times in a trillionaire's underground survival bunker. But now that Grigori's gone, I'm worried things will get even weirder. He helped keep Ted stable for a couple of years, sort of.
Girl's right. Nothing normal about Ted.
I know everyone's reeling after Grigori's untimely demise. He was a deeply spiritual man who wasn't afraid to rip back the curtain and gaze where few men dare. I've asked Dr. Sumtow to, check on what happened to him. Sure he had some kind of condition or something. The main point is that while we certainly miss him, we will go on. Everything's gonna be okay.
Something tells me it didn't turn out that way.
I wonder why. Thank you.
Let's hope this is the way to the main door, so I can let the Quinn in.
Okay. Same thing.
Look at this place. It's pretty fancy for a survival bunker.
Mm-hmm.
There, the door. Let's hope I can open it from the inside.
Yeah, but first...
That looks like some kind of access control.
Most of Ted's women repulse me, okay? They're like contestants on a housewife sim preening for the hubby's attention. But Brianna, the hollow singer, she's different. She's always been nice to me. And I love her voice, which has been conspicuously silent since Grigori died. She doesn't speculate or gossip like the others. She knows something. I can tell. And I'm gonna find out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good. An emergency exit function.
Emergency exit initiated.
The door is open. Destiny is upon us. I knew you could do it.
Where's your asshole?
What's going on?
The CO is preparing to enter Thebes.
I'm stupid. Stupid and I know it.
Oh, why are you dressed like Ted Faro?
Because he's a clone.
I am Pharaoh, renewed. My essence is the same as his. Across the years, across the generations, his soul is my soul. His will is my will. We are sundered in only one way. I need his final testament, his deepest secrets. And now that the door is open, those secrets are within my grasp. When I have them, I will be complete, as he was. I will have everything I need to save our homeland, and
You're the same as
Pharaoh
asshole
did,
as him.
the world.
You're the Vita
Okay.
version of Pharaoh.
I think there's some confusion here about who Faro really was.
No one knows better than I who he was, who he is. Me. The Renewer, greatest of the ancestors, the man who saved the world. And you. You understand, Sobek. You are her, Pharaoh's harbinger, his assistant.
Sure.
Come, we will descend into Thebes together, as it should be. Bring her the raiment.
Raymond?
As he is Pharaoh, you are Sobek. For an occasion this momentous, shouldn't you wear proper business attire?
No.
Whoa. No. No, I am not wearing that. No way.
You will wear the proper attire to mark this moment.
Or what?
It is said Sobek valued life above all else. Is this true?
Fine. I'll wear your raiment.
Please tell me I'm still gonna have my weapons. Go see.
Excellent. Shall we proceed?
Just arrows, no bow.
Look at this place.
I
The
do have a-
grandeur.
Pharaoh's domain. Simply breathtaking.
Excellent. Somewhere in here, Pharaoh left his secrets. Let's go find them.
Your Magnificence, perhaps we should leave guards behind to cover our exits.
Looks like the emergency exit function unlocked this door too.
Pharaoh's visage, a monument to greatness. Truly.
It's a monument to something, I'll give you that.
Big ego.
Great risks bring great bounties, Overseer.
Oh, shut up.
I think this way might lead down.
So I've been considered this asshole's assistant. Sure. I have a couple arrows that says
I wonder
otherwise.
if Pharaoh had a foot bath in here. I've always wondered.
There will be no further
Brianna told
discussion
me that
of your
Grigori
feat,
hacked into
Bohan.
restricted files and found out something awful. That Ted murdered important people who worked on Zero Dawn. Did Ted punish Grigori? Kill him for discovering what he did? How could that be? Dad said there wasn't a mark on Grigori's body. His heart just gave out.
Find anything interesting?
Yes.
Can
Your ass. I'm gonna stick something in.
So hey, this is weird.
I tried to warn you.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll explain everything if we survive long enough.
That's an interesting premise.
Those certainly look threatening.
Statues. The guardians of Pharaoh's domain.
Terminator? Oh no, it's Metal Gear. Din, 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 din,
Those
din.
aren't statues. Look out!
Get the CO out of here.
No, leave him here.
It's just us then.
And my armor. Thank you.
We have to fight!
Woohoo! Ow. Stick it. Stick it. One dead. One dead.
Brianna didn't wake up this morning. She's gone. Just like Grigori. I'm looking up at the...
Thanks.
Where's Overseer Boho?
We have decided to return to the surface. A wise choice. We can't afford to lose any more diviners than necessary. So, no more delays. We must proceed.
I just want to stick something in you. Like a drill or something like that. There is black box somewhere around here. Black box somewhere. I see that.
When I built this
No
place,
deal.
when its special systems were designed, I knew what I wanted. Protection, of course. An unlimited power source, that was a given.
UNRWA?
But also... control. Over every possible eventuality. After all, you never know what'll happen, especially when the human element is involved.
What did you find?
Trust me. You don't want to know.
I guess I don't.
There's only one soldier here. We can take him. Oh.
What is that? A reclining throne attached to some kind of apparatus.
Oh, this is
I
an
wonder
asshole.
what it does.
It's a medical machine. A medical pod.
An impressive setup. What is it for?
I'm sorry, CO. I don't know. My focus can't read the data here.
What about the living ancestor? Is the data lost to her?
No, but I'm not sharing.
Scan the device, if you will.
No. I don't wanna. Bye. Ooh, what is this?
Please,
You
scan the
did this
device.
for him? You put, like, off switches in everyone's heads?
Kenya, you mustn't judge me. I had no choice. If I said no, what would he do to us? What would he do to you? You're my
Tell me
little
what your
girl.
focus reveals about the device.
I was trying to keep you alive.
For what, Dad? Seriously, why? So we can be trapped in this underground nightmare? You know what we have to do. Please.
Did you find a recording, Aloy?
Scan the device, if you will.
I'll share it with you later.
Made a minor adjustment to the gene therapy regimen and added a new cocktail to treat the symptoms caused by the mutations. Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next treatment. God knows what Ted will do to us if there isn't. The early results were so promising. No signs of aging, no cellular degeneration, but now... Oh, if only I had access to my old lab in Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. For Kenya.
You saw something. I could tell. Did the data explain what Pharaoh used this device for?
I think he was undergoing treatments to live longer. A lot longer.
Really? Could he still be alive?
Don't be foolish. If he were alive, he would have kept his essence. It would not have been passed down to me. Remember, he was the renewer. Of course, he would have stopped at nothing to grasp the secrets of life and death. But not for himself. Everything he did was for a new beginning. For us, for the Quen.
This asshole is so on your face.
And for his
It is-
true heir.
I cannot believe the people still
You know, I'm
believe
starting
it.
to think you're right. You do have a lot in common with Ted Pharaoh.
I knew you would see, in time. Let us continue. His secrets await. Is that a small office? For a minor functionary, perhaps?
Oh, ew. If I'm in an apocalyptic time and I find someone like him, I'm gonna shoot first and then introduce myself.
An automated geothermal energy plant right under the city of San Francisco. A marvel. Even I can run it, and let's face it, I was always more of a visionary than an engineer. Which is why I had the foresight to insist on the inclusion of a very unique feature. Just in case anyone ever tries to steal my cheese.
We're getting closer
so
to the
speak.
heart of this place. I can feel it. Break the door down.
I'm going to look for another way in.
Good idea. It's worked before.
Very
Where's that
well.
from here?
Get to it.
I just want to kill
Is that a vent
this
of some
asshole.
sort? Not a bad idea.
Someone shut him up, please.
Hurry! Break it open! She's gone.
Asshole.
Make it to the other side.
Oh, he's so fucking annoying.
A console. Maybe I can access Ted's files from here.
Yeah, before let him in. That's what you mean? I'm thinking the exact same thing. But first, there's really nothing else. Oh, what is that annoying sound? They're trying to pass us music.
There. Omega clearance. Got it. What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Sometimes dead. Along with his kid. Found him on the floor of his office this morning, holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves. I never would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake. I offered them life, and this is how they repaid me. By leaving me all alone. But I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden.
When you're that kind of asshole, yes, you will be alone.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Let
Yes.
his future. Let his children. Someday they'll come, and I'll be here to greet them. Sometimes said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are replenishing faster than normal. I just need some time for the mutations to calm down.
Ah, he mutated. He's behind. There's gonna be Nemesis.
Sometimes if the reactor can give me what I need to grow strong again, to get my shit back
Wait,
together.
Dead Pharaoh's mutation is the red shit?
They're gonna need me. My advice,
He's the red shit all over the planet.
my guidance. And then I won't be alone anymore.
Pharaoh's secrets. Are they here?
Not the ones you're looking for.
Then they must be in there.
Yes, go in.
Trust me. You don't want to go in there.
Are you mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now.
Can't lie. I hope.
At last, Pharaoh's legacy is mine.
You don't even know what's inside. And he keeps walking.
Is that?
You?
It's him.
Burn it to ash.
Wait, no. Pharaoh has it rigged to melt down if...
Kill them too. No witnesses.
And a soldier just popped up.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Your head is exposed!
Yeah, no.
We won't surrender, Albert! Got him!
rigged the reactor to overflow if he dies. We have to run.
Hit her from range!
I'm not gonna kill any of you. You can die if you want. And I'll die for what I care.
More soldiers, up ahead! Support!
Hurry, sire!
Come on!
Out of my way!
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm happy. Good. Go. Just go. Go. Me.
Soldiers, above us!
Your leader is dead. Get the fuck out. Whee! Bye.
We're close now! Come on!
Woo! Flower. Yeah. Oh, the asshole is dead. The asshole is dead. Yeah. Asshole killing dance.
Are you okay?
I know it's backwards, right?
Happened.
We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the CO?
He fucking dead.
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain the secrets of Thebes.
I see.
Now I must kill you. We're gonna throw a party?
You must think I'm eminently stupid.
Yes, actually.
No.
You have a
No.
Wi-Fi logo.
The CO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving fantasy.
Oh, thank you.
And you expect me to believe he sacrificed himself for scraps of data? It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers to open fire.
Oh, good luck, asshole.
Hold on. You're right. To be honest, the CO screwed everything up. He brought Thebes down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
I do like money.
Success certainly does sound better than failure. It seems then that our destinies are intertwined. Landfall is open to you. If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
Fair enough.
I'll just leave it
Thebes
in
is
my
of no further
fortress.
value to us.
My fortress of
Obviously, we're
solitude.
going back to the flotilla. Alva, I expect your reports to be thorough.
I'll be thorough with your hands then.
Oh, I thought he was going to have us killed. And instead, I get to join you.
Glad
Yay.
to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base. Varl, I made a new friend. I need you to meet her at the Quen Ferry and escort her back.
On it. Can't wait to meet her.
Trust me, you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A diviner must follow the truth, wherever it leads.
Oh, she's
I'll
gonna
see you
get
there.
traumatized by the information she's gonna get. Just wait until she watches porn.
You ready for guard duty?
The focus
Now that I
is
have
used for
Omega clearance,
porn.
we should have
The
what we
focus
need to
is
capture
for
Hephaestus.
porn.
But before I head to the ferry, maybe I should stop by landfall. With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. Might be worth looking around the island, too. I gotta change out of these clothes.
Big side.
I can't believe the CO made me play dress up.
Alright. So, gonna make a little pause. BRB. First outfits. What was the one I had? This one, right? I had this one equipped. How do I want to look? Actually, I kind of like this one. I have repeats. Play luck. Did we? The concentration region. Defenses against fire and shock. You know what? Probably some of these. Do I try again? Try again that freaking drone.
Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump onto it?
Yeah, the only problem with that is
Taking you with me! Going down!
Can
Got
you
it.
please move? Oh, now you work.
Okay. Grab the drone's data.
Let's fast travel. And people have dialogues. Yay.
Maybe speak?
Yeah.
There she is.
Maniacs.
I remember that.
At least I got what we need.
Good thing I got my gear.
You-
Ha! I've just been making sure that I got everything. I want to be the...
He'll do fine. Have you spoken?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy... She took to that new focus. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous, but I can see why you two.
I should get...
As soon as you want...
I'll give you the heads up.
From the look on your...
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the...
Did Alva
Thank
make
you.
it here?
Our new Quen friend, the moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Sounds about right. Once Gaia's...
The seeds have... What?
I'm glad you and Zoph...
Don't forget.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and...
Can't wait to see...
Better them than us. I should go get the...
Of course.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
I could barely keep. Varro gave her an... Though when she turned so pale, we showed her to the archive rooms. She hasn't left the place.
Sounds like Alva.
Oh, for helping with the land god.
Thank you, Zoe.
You deserve much.
And... read anything?
I found out apparently it helps that and cleanse their... me.
You have another one.
Yes, to know that came in turn, it gives me hope.
How are things with
The
everyone?
only side quest that
Slightly
I do want
quieter.
to do is this guy's.
Aaron's been busy scouring. Apparently the old one called it meat. A must-see. You'd think we have enough.
How to go with the chorus after we fix...
They were shocked when I told them that I thought Fane's eyes would... But of course they had no... Even if it meant all their To be honest, I found...
I'm glad. They're lucky. I need to get going.
Right. That means we'll be...
Hello.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's and you, a true, genetically speaking, of course. And
Oh, yeah,
there's
she-
more
she went
ancestors
cuckoo.
out there. Returned from, of course, and Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How
Okay,
about
okay.
we take
Chill.
it one step at a time?
Chill.
You're right.
Chill.
I see you've been...
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. Like the database you help with this, I've been able to establish this could revolutionize how diviner... That is...
You wanted to...
A diviner and... But I was... Maybe it'll help.
I imagine.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are this... I mean, you are, as in... But even so.
Yeah. I hope everyone's been...
Oh, yeah, of course. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the...
Sounds restrictive.
Yeah, you are...
You mentioned Eric Visser?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector, combing through related to weapons
Okay.
and military knowledge our rulers use to... That's why he's one of our most revered. But, based on Yorn, it appears he's even more ruthless than we... Yet another distort...
Well, At least your
If only.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about whatever legacy they left.
Right.
You mentioned the...
Her name is Alika. When I passed, it brought honor. Only...
Why?
Alika knew not even your... unless...
It sounds hard.
Like the focus... Well, last time out, because of my... But if our...
I promise. The ancestor.
Yes, and those whose legacy warfare...
The seal.
Right. One of the ends. That's how we thought of our limited...
You said you owed me...
Right. I'll start at the beginning. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew. As such, he and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to whom we consider the greatest of the...
Ted Faro, revered ancestor.
I know better now. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaohs, in fact, many of them... So the Emperors across the ocean, if only we... Perhaps we could... The Emperor declared dozens of ships, scouting... And the Emperor, one who wields the living embodiment. It may seem we really... We had no idea.
Holy shit, how much you talk.
You said the... What happened?
We lost and scores, and that was once we landed, and we struggled. There were but he became... And you heard him. We knew these, but he was...
What a great guy.
But what the principal
So...
He won't... But he... I can't tell... The best thing to...
Yep. Back at the Green...
Diviners are meant to... And many in the Empire can put... But the detriment... Like... That is only over...
What happens?
I never...
Finally, you shut up.
I need to get going.
The plan, guy... It will help...
I hope so.
Then...
Aloy, we've been briefed on our mission and are ready whenever you wish.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you?
Indeed. I was
Have you...
The Quennet, her mind is sharp, but it's hard to imagine her surviving.
Trust me. She's tough.
I will take your word.
How are your studies?
I wanted to...
And?
I looked up this pharaoh and learned about the plague of machines here. To think that the ancient world was wiped. There is no glory or honor.
That about sums it up.
Yep.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed.
Okay.
Not how. Right where the river bends.
Sure, if you want.
You'll see when we get there.
Then I'll let you know.
You have my thanks.
I have to...
Then do...
Like I said.
May the 10 God...
Wait. Why are you locked down? Why is this bitch locked? Oh, she's gonna betray us.
Is your focus acting up again?
Yeah.
Fine.
Let's put the last drone.
Welcome back.
Hello. Last drone.
Here we go. All drones are reconnected to the dome now.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your subfunctions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators,
Oh.
in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
That's way better.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our
Convince
diversion?
her. Just
Are the
grab
pulse
her
generators
ass
ready?
and take her.
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
What now?
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
We need
Beta,
you, bitch.
You have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone. In a cell again. Their slave.
Oh, punch her, please.
Forever.
Punch her. You need fucking love, right?
Laurel and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning, we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Punch her.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done?
It
like
was
Elizabeth
strength.
would.
Okay.
Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that
Balls.
I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference?
I had
my
bows.
defect?
I have a bow. You want me to teach you? The difference is I never gave up. That is the difference.
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like?
It's gracious.
It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way.
You don't have to go. It's only gonna take 35 hours, bitch.
I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us,
Oh,
I don't
trust
want
me.
to be their slave again.
I will kill you. Don't.
Do you understand?
Don't worry.
Okay. Promise.
I was gonna. You just gave me permission.
I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
Eloy,
I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
remover of bitchiness.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
And now everyone wants to talk again.
And dirt. Don't forget all that dirt we had to bring in.
Another
If we're
quest.
going to go around trying to protect life,
You?
I hope
Not at all. The one's got is
not anymore.
to understand. Oh,
You mentioned there was something you...
yes. So as I was sifting through, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it a sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to but we've never gotten it to work. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki. So the legacy tells us if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets with Leviathan.
Okay.
That's the thing. But, would you come with me? You're much better at...
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
I am gonna do that one.
Must be strand here on Earth.
Yeah, maybe the legacy or some... It is said but our view of... Perhaps...
Any more data?
We knew in fact, and we thought the sheer...
Even so, the Quenner where I grew up from a fire. Have you...
I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't... So seem like every, and she looked...
You should ask So to teach you sometime.
Maybe.
If you...
You have... Gaia's explained your plan. I've even... You know...
What kind of it? For now. I should make sure you talk...
Mayor Pat.
And, like I said, I'll let you know.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
I've already got the...
Good.
Oops.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly...
There were just things...
A healthy...
You look like you've...
We're going to war, and war, but every voice... It makes me... Fighting for that if we fail...
Helps to know you.
For a moment.
I don't know what... I should go...
As soon as...
You'll hear about...
Right. Move.
Aloy, it sounded like...
We just...
Does this mean...
It does.
That's what all...
Hephaestus
is... I can always...
Funny. You were right, you know, I guess. But the truth is
He was a good man.
I hope
It'll work.
Always up.
Nah, just...
Yeah. Any last fun?
Not really.
Oh?
When we put...
You think they'll...
In time...
If anyone can... What will you...
I hope she'll come... And she'll probably... We'll figure it out.
I know you will. How does...
Anxious. I heard Kata... And I know he...
I hope they are.
Like I said.
I'm glad you're coming.
Sure there's no...
No more running. Hey, I thought...
Are you sure we should... Whatever... Not that I'm... Ford...
I think we'll be...
I'm glad to hear.
After we...
I wasn't... Besides, you know, the soldier... they were fine. I think... They still... They bought our... As long as I can...
Thank you, Aaron.
Okay, enough.
Anybody take you...
Zo can't stand... I tried Alva, and I'm not putting Varl...
What about...
I know, they're pretty sure we down.
I should go.
That same here.
Where's Kotalo? Wow, all the way over there. At least he's in a straight up place. Okay, I'm gonna do Kotalo and then I'm gonna do
wanted to test out his new arm.
Avala.
Even though he didn't say. Hey, Kotalo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly.
Thank you for waiting.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
Use.
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark. Consider this my revenge.
Fair enough.
This is it.
What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
All right, talk to me, Kotalo.
I wish to test the arm on that. It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
I'm honored to help.
You're missing a finger.
After you. Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
Watch it! The wounded beast only fights harder! You're not the only one with steel! Honor is everything!
Ow.
Can you breathe it?
what I'm trying. It's there. Oh. Get over here. Please tell me it's a primary nerve.
Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
Why do you take it away?
Then why are you taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels wrong. Like a disguise.
Oh.
I'll use the new arm when I need it. But the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You have my thanks for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you. I'll see you later then.
The 10 be with you, Aloy.
Alright. Now, Alva.
Send this to my stash.
Yep. Growing this.
Stocking up for that.
Right. Where do I need to? Over there. Let's go. You know what? Let's grab the.
Please, ancestor, please. It's about my brother.
Another brother.
I promise you, we'll find a way.
Harriam, we're stuck here.
The ancestor.
Just, what's this?
Our navigation.
They're all gone, and with them,
There's one.
but it's be no compass, no way.
Christia.
Maybe I can.
She's an aunt.
I will.
Don't think I can get to that ship. At least, not now.
Oh.
Hey, Alva. I'm in landfall. Can you meet me here?
I'll be there as soon as I can.
Aloy! I'm here. Had to sneak past a few machines on the way, but
A few.
I made it.
It's a long way.
All right. Ready to talk to that diviner?
Yes. He's right over there.
Diviner Alva, what are you doing back in Landfall? And with the living ancestor?
We're looking for the At-Bay Research Center, where Leviathan was developed. The legacy tells us it's somewhere in the city.
Alva mentioned you've been collecting data in the area. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I stumbled across it, but there was no data there, only crumbling ruins.
Tell us anyway. We might be able to find something you missed.
Please, don't trouble yourself. I assure you, our search
You're
was
too
very thorough.
nervous. Why?
You're hiding something.
Yes, it's very obvious.
That is absurd. A diviner must only speak truth, as you're well aware.
Oh, you're worried you found something dangerous? Something compromising on Eileen Sasaki?
Keep your voice down.
Look, I get it. Nirik, you want to make it back to your family, so it's safer to turn a blind eye. But think of Leviathan. How it could help everyone. Isn't that why we're here? Don't let fear deny us that.
Very well. The facility's just south of here along the shore. But even if you find a way to fix Leviathan, it's sure to be shrouded in that which is forbidden.
Too often the truth is forbidden. Come on, let's go.
Oh, this is gonna be a long walk.
Not bad with that diviner back there. We've come a long way since we first met.
And Nirik's like I used to be, terrified of a misstep. And with the overseers, he has every right to be. But what I've seen and learned since the greenhouse, it's so much more than what we're permitted. Diviners are supposed to seek the truth, and yet so much is kept from us. I'm tired of it. Hey, I'm glad you're back. Let's keep going then. That should be the facility ahead. Oh, we need to find a way in.
Up here. Well, Nirik wasn't lying about crumbling ruins, at least.
Aloy.
Let's look around.
Why is the ground shaking?
That's not good, whatever it is.
Whoa, that thing is huge!
We'll have to take it out if we want to find that data.
Of course, you have to be a fucking...
I'm with you.
Carajo. Oh, you have to move, right?
Will this ammo help?
You're fucking kidding me. You're gonna drop something. Thank you.
it goes.
We should get going.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
We should be able to look around for that data now. Here.
After you.
Time for a swim.
Look at this place. I always try to imagine what it must have been like back when the old ones.
It's less of a climb, I bet. Come on, let's check the upper floors. You okay?
On every expedition, the soldiers would lay down walkways and barriers first to protect us diviners. But this is actually kind of fun.
There. A console.
Must have been what Neric found.
Oh, the data on Leviathan isn't here. But there's some kind of log.
Delete the database. But Miss Sasaki, when you look at the reports, 3,000 exhibiting symptoms. Over 400 dead. The data's clear. Omarama is contaminating the water supply, promoting bacterial growth. And with Leviathan based on the same architecture...
You're a smart kid. Top of your class, right? My father built this company thanks to world-class talent like you. And you know what else is world-class? Our legal team. So unless you want to spend the rest of your career in some dead-end, underfunded public research institute, you'll delete that database and forward all data on Leviathan to my office.
Yes, ma'am.
They were
That
all
was her.
assholes.
The ancestor, Eileen Sasaki. Hundreds dead. And she knew their system was to blame, but she had the truth erased. Were all the ancestors like this? Selfish, ruthless, immoral? And yet we hold them up as paragons of enlightenment and virtue. Given what we've learned, I don't even know if Leviathan will work.
We can change them.
Hold on. Let's not give up just yet.
We have Gaia.
You said before that the old ones use Leviathan to control flooding. Which means it probably worked. We'll know more when we find the data on it. The recording mentioned a copy was sent to Eileen's office.
To their corporate headquarters. There. Let's go. It shouldn't take us long to get to the tower.
Lead on. So what was that other system the recording mentioned? Omu Ramba?
The legacy tells us it was the predecessor to Leviathan, a system that manipulated floods to bring life to a barren desert.
Quinn seemed to know a lot about this ancestor.
Diviners spent years trying to figure out how to restore Leviathan. We found a lot of data on Eileen Sasaki in the process. Though, now I wonder how much of
Entrance
it
is
is actually
blocked.
true.
Gonna have to find another way in.
The soldiers built a path on the nearby ruin. Might be able to cross over from there.
Lead the way.
I think this is as far as our soldiers got.
We'll have to climb higher to get into the tower.
I'll follow your lead. Up we go!
You doing okay, Alva?
Yes! Don't worry about me!
Oh, it's just kind of growing on me. She's a little bit more fun now. Come on, Eloy.
How are we going to get across?
Oh, that beam looks promising.
The one I just dropped.
This is a lot higher up than I thought.
Glintox. Well, we have the element of surprise.
Or we could sneak by and, you know, not fall off the tower. The ability to tame machines would be dangerous knowledge for the clan. We should stay
Up this way.
Yeah, and us talking is not God. Right.
Aloy? We're really high off the ground.
Yes, that's the point.
You can do it, Alva, okay? Just don't look down.
Right. Of course.
There's the tower.
Super easy.
Should be able to cross over. But we
That
are going to
doesn't
have to
sound
jump.
After you.
Gotta clear some of that debris first. Should be able to make it to the other side. Made it. Okay, Alva, your turn.
Right. Yeah. Aloy, can you watch me and make sure I do this right?
Come on, Alva, you can do it. It's okay.
Please don't break.
Please break.
Alva!
I'm okay. Wow.
Because you can't remember the finger. Month and year. Perhaps it's
You sure you're okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Oh,
Let's
door's
keep
locked.
going.
I think it needs a passcode. Let's look around.
Maybe there's data around here that can help with the door?
It's security. Would like to private passcode. Passcode reminder field does not meet the passcode has been reset again. An appropriate reminder in the field.
Oh. This says the code is the month and year the company was founded.
According to the legacy, it was October 2023.
So it's October 2023.
So the company was founded in October.
Which is the 10th month of the year.
1023? Oh.
Got it. The door should be unlocked now. Maybe the data on Leviathan is in here.
Cost reduction strategy? We're talking about people's lives here. I did as you asked on Omuramba, but this is worse.
Relax, Eileen. I've spoken with risk management. They're confident that the chance of another incident is within acceptable parameters. We're moving ahead with Leviathan.
You know, Dad, shortcuts have a way of catching up with you. Within acceptable parameters or not.
Well, one day in the distant future when you're in charge, you can run things how you want. But until then, how about you let me worry about that?
Guess Eileen and her father didn't always get along. It seems like covering up Omuramba wasn't her idea.
Doesn't matter. She still had a part in it.
Well, let's keep going. Her office must be higher up.
Dead end. There's a ladder in that shaft, but it's blocked.
I might be able to pull the rubble out from the other shaft. Let's see where this leads.
You go on ahead. I'll look for a way up that has a lesser chance of falling to my death.
Okay.
There's none.
Hey, Alva?
Yes?
There's something I don't get. You said Eileen was the one who built Leviathan, not her father, so what happened?
I'm not sure. The legacy doesn't say. Either that knowledge is lost or forbidden. Or maybe we were wrong about that too.
So what, if I did Gemini first?
Are you doing okay, Aloy?
Yeah, it's just a long way up. How about you, Alva? Any luck finding a way up?
Not yet.
Oh, I made this elevator work.
Whew.
Just waiting for it.
Well, that's done with. Okay, I'm back at the shafts. If I blow up that fire beam, the elevator might fall and open up a path for Alva. Hey, Alva? Step away from the shaft.
Whoa! Oh, I can reach the ladder now. Be right up, Aloy.
Looks like there's another floor above. Might be Eileen's office.
Okay, I'll meet you up there.
All right, Alva's on the way. Let's see what's up here.
Interesting, there is bonfires here.
Made it!
Another locked door. Need to figure out the passcode.
These artifacts, I think these were Eileen's. It's every diviner's dream to discover even one of the ancestors' artifacts.
And maybe they'll help with the door. This looks like some kind of prototype.
For water purification. Must be the H2 flow.
What?
H2 flow. Their early inventions had strange names. That must be the Dragonfly 6. Appe used it in most of their construction projects. The Dragonfly 6 was their most successful model.
Huh. What was this thing again?
The H2 flow. Oh, that must be the Larson McCory Award. The legacy says Eileen won it when she was 40 for her work on Leviathan.
Interesting. It's art, I think.
Could it be? Yes, I think this was commissioned in honor of the company's 25th anniversary.
What was this called again?
The Dragonfly 6.
All the numbers you mentioned. I wonder if they make up the passcode.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
'25th anniversary. '25 anniversary, so 40.
Not quite right. How old was Eileen when she won this award?
40.
40.
What was the name of this thing?
The H2 flow.
What was this called again?
The H2 flow.
42.
What did you say this was for again?
The company's 25th anniversary. Looks like it used to be on the last pedestal.
Remind me, what was this called?
The Dragonfly 6.
So 40 to 20. 5.
That didn't do anything.
I thought that would have worked. Did we overlook something?
You said Eileen was how old when she won this?
40.
What was this thing again?
The H2 flow.
You said this was commissioned for something?
The company's 25th anniversary. Looks like it used to be on the last pedestal.
Ah.
Wonder.
So 40.
The two artifacts
Sure.
on the ground. Maybe they used to be on opposite pedestals. That did it!
There it is.
You can almost see the whole city from up here.
Corner office. Impressive view. It must have been Eileen's.
Let's see if the data on Leviathan is here.
Ooh.
Well, it's official. Eileen Sasaki, CEO, chair, and worst daughter in the world. Security had to escort Dad to his vert. Guess we'll be speaking through lawyers from now on. Looking down at the world from here.
Oh
It's
shit,
hard
the
to see the
hologram is gonna
details.
fall.
People become
Gonna splat
risk
into bits.
factors, statistics, far too easily. Omuramba was supposed to provide clean water, improve lives. It was easier to pretend there wasn't a problem. Easier to believe the lie was truth. But I don't want to pretend anymore. I will build Leviathan right. No more shortcuts. No more lying just to save face. It won't undo our sins. My sins. But maybe we can still do some good.
8th time.
She overthrew her father, took over the company, so that Leviathan wouldn't end up killing people.
It sounded like she regretted covering up Omuramba's failure.
She wasn't perfect. Not a paragon, as the Quan believe. But not a monster, either.
This quest
She
is
tried to
long.
make up for her mistakes.
And now you know the truth.
As for the data... Leviathan... yes, it's here. Downloading a copy now.
Is something wrong?
I think I'll stay here a while longer. There's a lot more data that I want to look through.
Are you sure
I'm
you'll be
sorry,
okay
but
on your
the
own?
next mission
Down is always easier
requires
than
you.
up. Let's speak again when we're back at base.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll see you there. Well, after climbing all the way up, why not glide down?
Wait, you're going to what?
Just thinking about it.
I don't blame you. I will do it.
Careful!
So, I heard in a guide that Gemini was the 4th to last quest. So probably we finish a little bit later. Probably. And I don't think so because Gaming might take a long time.
So,
Where is phone?
we're fighting immortals from the stars now? What's next? Wizards from the moon?
What?
Aloy. Aloy, for helping me get I didn't really know what to give.
Thanks, Alpha. Anything new?
Kotalo, I recall, but I know technology. Think of what it could, but
replacing. Have you looked through the data?
There is much to sort through, but I believe we'll be able to get it. And I've given more thought to everything. The overseers would have us both, but Pharaoh wasn't. His greed led to machines that took the archive of the old. So when we learned that, I started to think, but in the truth, it's a splat. I wish we're twisting. No, as Eileen said, but it's worth fighting. And this diviner?
Okay.
I think
great.
No one else has anything to talk about, right? Crocodile.
Aloy.
Had a bit of an. Really?
I once knew a war. It was deeply uncomfortable.
Did he ever?
In time, but not before the two siblings nearly killed it.
Ah. Think you're ready to put all your.
I am to not.
Come to knock. I have
You nervous
voice.
about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be what matters most.
I'll do my best. Anything new?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The 10 would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes. Only more persistent.
Okay.
I bet people are curious about that new one.
None more than our Quen ally. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
Okay. Like I said, if you only do this game main quest, probably you have fun and the story is not that bad. But it's everything around, which is distracting, yes, but also pretty annoying.
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. They called themselves vegetarian.
I suppose I don't have any control, right? I still cannot get a primary nerve.
Stuff called chocolate.
I upgrade anything? I mean, the ball blaster I do use. Silent strike heal, silent strike gain, silent. Oh my god. There's a minus on most things. I'm not crafting. So, craft it. Craft. Craft. So if I craft on tables, I'm just gonna get all the good.
Ha!
So, quest. Right. So, time to speak with Gaia. But that's gonna be a little bit later after I eat. So, we're moving on. So, for the people in the YouTube, I'm sorry if I'm not gonna continue the side quests or stuff like that. Really, I'm getting tired of this game. And I'm getting tired because there's I don't even know if on my own I want to do this. Just want to finish the story. That's it. So I'll see you next time. See how far I
Snow
go.
brought the chill.
Or we can advance this. Next time. Bye bye.